Hi folks, this is Jonathan Bowen with Jonathan Bowen Real Estate LLC. You can reach me at the office at 855-879-4663. Again, 855-879-4663, or on the web at www.bowenboston.com, and that's www.bowenboston.com. Alright, this is kind of cool. I'm going to show you guys, we're at 28 Petronelli Way in Brockton, okay? Right downtown Brockton, that's the commuter rail station there. This is the old Enterprise building here, okay? So I'm going to show you Goody Petronelli's gym, which is now a relic. Goody has passed away, unfortunately. Goody was a legendary trainer. He trained, most famously, marvelous Marvin Hagler, who was from Brockton. He also trained Kevin McBride. I'm assuming hundreds of other boxers as well. So this is sort of going to be a cool video for anybody who's sort of, I guess a history buff, anybody who likes seeing sort of old, kind of broken down places. That sometimes you see these videos or pictures on the internet of really cool places that are basically just decrepit now. So it's very sad to see, but let's go take a look. First thing you see, picture of Marvelous Marvin here. Behind him is the old sign for Petronelli Boxing. All right. Up on all the walls, they have all kinds of old pictures, all kinds of stuff. Just tons of old newspaper clippings, pictures. Hagler versus Hamsho. All kinds of stuff. So here's a good old Rocky speed bag right there. All right, and this is one of the boxing rings that I'm sure Hagler and McBride spent many hours in. This was where the heavy bag was, I'm guessing, right in front of me. All right, so let's take a better look at that. All right, hanging from the ceiling, it's now gone. Here's another speed bag straight ahead of us. All right, still there. Here's the second of the two rings here. All right, unfortunately, this place is all it's done, So here's something from Marvelous Marvin and what was his first name? Maynard, from the radio station there. I forget his first name. So we're gonna go into the office here, Pat and Goody Petronelli's office. All right, more stuff. Peter Manfredo Jr. against Shane Benfield. All right. So here's just their old office. It's just awful. It's an awful shape. All right. Here's somebody's giant trophy. I don't know what trophy that is, but they got a bunch of trophies here. People haven't claimed them. All right. 1985 New England Golden Gloves, Tournament of Champions, Team Trophy. So what is that giant trophy? Can we read it? No, we cannot read it. All right. So this is their office, or this was their office. And then I don't know if this was Hagler's office. I don't know that. It could have been. This could have been his office, that he used himself. You can't really see anything here, sorry. I don't know that. And then we have the trainer's room here. Can't really see much in here. Sorry about that. All right. And then I thought this was pretty cool. This is the locker room here. And on this locker is Kevin McBride's name. You would think that guy who gets a title shot is going to have a bigger locker, but not here. This is old school boxing right here. So, anyway, I know boxing's not what it was back in the 80s or the 70s, but, you know, thinking about this cool stuff, you know. Oh, here's that bag again. So, you know, thinking about all this cool stuff is pretty interesting. Look at this. Hagler against Wilford Scypion from Texas. When is this? 1983. Wow. Providence Civic Center, May of 1983. She's still up on the wall. John Ruiz. Here's a flyer for John Ruiz. All right. Hagler Hearns, April 15th, 1985. All right. So it's kind of sad to be in here, but it's really cool at the same time. You get to see sort of all of the, I guess some of the history. Look at this bathroom that they had. Oh, awful. Reminds me of my high school locker. High school locker room. So anyway, yeah. Super fight right here. Hagler got screwed, by the way. I love Sugar Ray Leonard, but anybody who watched that fight knows that Hagler got freaking screwed by the judges there. So, all right, that's it. Okay, so that's the big showing. Dave Maynard, that's his name. Dave Maynard. Thank you. There were some other names up here. I was up here a few years ago, and there was a few other names up here. A guy named Marino from East Boston. He's long dead. I knew him when I was a kid. Here's one. Steve Collins, 1988, at the Boston Garden. From Brockton, undefeated. Fought Sammy Story from Ireland. I don't know what happened there. All right. So that's what we got. Where is that fight from this guy from East Boston that I knew? Hold on, let me see if this is it. Nope, that's not it. All right, anyway. I'll put you out of your misery here. We'll finish up. We're gonna go downstairs. Well, here's Jamie the Hurricane Clampett from Narragansett, Rhode Island, I guess. So, okay, that's it. This is just a cool little thing to see some good old history, some good old boxing history. There is no shortcut to success. All right. So these guys who made millions started off in places just like this. For all your boxing equipment, inquire in Marvin's store for special discount card. Too funny. Here's one. Irish Mickey Ward in his first local pro debut. Wow, look at that. Jesus. Tuesday, August 27th. What year is that? Holy shit. What year is that? Wow. That's pretty cool. Here's another Peter Manfredo Jr. All right. Wow. Pro debut. Freaking that one kind of floors me. Right? Look at how young this guy looks. Mickey Ward. Jesus. For those of you who don't know, Mickey Ward won round of the year and fight of the year against Arturo Gotti. If you haven't seen that round, it's the most amazing round of boxing I've ever seen in my life. Guys just pounding each other. It's on YouTube, I'm sure, if you want to take a look at it. So, all right. Anyway, that's some history there. That's Goody Petronelli's gym. Very famous, very, very famous throughout the boxing world. So I just thought I'd show you that. All right, because it won't be here for much longer, unfortunately. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Jonathan Bowen with Jonathan Bowen Real Estate LLC. You can reach me at the office at 855-879-4663. Again, 855-879-4663. Or on the web at www.bowenboston.com. And that's www.bowenboston.com. All right, guys, have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.